Psalm 139, verse 7 to 12. Ready to read. Psalm 139. Psalm 139, verse 7 to 12. Can we read? We're going to look at what is called, first, the universal presence of God. God created everything and God is everywhere. The universal presence of God. I say Psalm 139, verse 7 to 12. Let's be fast. I read from my distance. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? Verse 8. Whither shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, thy right hand shall hold me. Verse 11. If I say surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. He said, verse 12. Verse 12. Even the light shall be light. The night shall be light about me. Verse 12. I read verse 12 here. Yea, the darkness hideth from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the night are both like today, alike today. In other words, there is nothing hidden. God is everywhere. Are you people listening to me? So this scripture makes us to understand that anywhere you go, God is there. It is called the universal presence of God. He said, if I make my bed anywhere, where do I hide from your spirit, oh God? So this tells us there is no location in the universe we don't have God. It is called the universal presence of God. So where they stayed to plan for you, God is there. In the coven of the witches, God is there. So why are you afraid of witches? In the meeting place of kidnappers, God is there. Wherever they are meeting. That's why in the book of Psalm chapter 2, he said, why do the heathens rage? And the princes of this earth imagine a fainting. He said they have sat in council. Where they sat in that council, God was listening to their counsel. God was listening to their counsel. So how can God stay in the council of robbers and kidnappers and heard what they said and he wouldn't tell you? There is no place that is dark. The Bible said darkness is like light to him. So God has no night. He said darkness and light are the same. So it is called the universal presence of God. You are in the air, God is there. You are inside the sea, God is there. You are moving from place to place, God is there. The psalmist said, even if I make my bed in hell, you are there. So this makes us know it is called the omnipresence of God. Where God is everywhere at the same time. God does not need to move from point A to point B. God does not move to arrive. You are the one that needs to move to arrive. He doesn't need to move. God is not a journeyman. The omnipresence of God. That opens our eyes to know that God is everywhere at every time. There is nothing hidden from him. When the plan to destroy you, he was there. When the plan to afflict you, he was there. Don't be afraid. He knows their plans. He knows their machinations. He knows what they want to do. And do you know one thing I want to tell you about God? that is everywhere, who knows everything, that God is your Father. That God is with you. Scripture said, if God be with us, who can be what? Against us. It is called the omnipresence of God. It is called the universal presence of God. He's in the galaxies. He's in the moon. He's in the star. We human beings, we are just discovering what God created. And we have not discovered 0.0001% of whatever to infinity one, whatever God has created. We have not even finished discovering ourselves. There are parts of our beings we don't know. Man at the zenith of his intelligence has not come to the foolishness of God.